Now, if I fail those quests, I fail because, I pretend to work for the Don, and I like, okay, I have to gather some information about the Inquisition and what they do. I have no clues what they're doing at the monastery, so let me check it out. And I then got instantly arrested and put it into service of the order, which is okay. I don't mind. Then my second path is going to be the Warrior of the Dawn. Once I've completed Risen 1, Risen 2 and Risen 3 on this particular path, I'm gonna try to make the paths connect to each other, but like I said earlier in my stream, in the previous stream, to be honest, I do not know Risen 3. I'm not even sure if I'm capable of streaming it. I hope that I am, but that remains to be seen. But I never played the game, never tested out on my new PC, or never played it in general. Never completed Risen 2 either, but I have played that, but not till the end. But that's okay, I know which 3 paths there are in the game when it comes to Risen 2, so I know which side this particular character will connect to. But as for the third one, I'm not quite sure. But we'll see. Let's get ourselves accidentally, not really, recruited. Let's see, vultures. Yeah. Yeah. Tristan says that you should take me to the rear gate of Harbour Town.
All right, but it's a long, dangerous journey. This island is far from safe, so be prepared.
Already. Let's go to Harbour Town. Oh. Sorry for the garbage.
Stay behind me, all right?
Oh, he's already moving.
Follow me. This way, come on.
I know.
The island is full of dangers. Even this lake down here. Stay on the walkway, and you should be safe. Let's move on. We have to move on.
Yeah. Just making sure, that I got enough plants along the way.
On.
It's never wrong to have some plants along the way.
We have to move on. This is it. That way leads to the main gate of Harbour Town. I suggest you don't go down there, though. That will take you to the Warriors of the Order. You want to go to the Monastery to join the Order? Go that way. You don't want that? Don't go there, because they won't give you a choice.
They will attack me on sight, so if you want to join the Warrior of the Order, don't go through that way. They would just kill you on sight. Thanks, I think I get the point. Let's go on.
Alright, we're moving.
This is good free XP.
If you follow this path up, you'll end up at the Monastery. But the sign will tell you that, right?
That's what signs are for.
Need me to guide you further?
Yes, go
Yes.
on.
Come on then.
Good stuff, right?
This way, come on.
We attract some more attention. I could use his help with it.
What possessed you? We have to move on.
No, we don't. Look at these birds, man. Gotta take care of these birds.
Neat work! Die, you damn creature! We've got work to do! Ah! One less monster!
Sorry about that,
Follow me.
it's the novice.
You'll have to make your own way to the rear entrance of the town, but it isn't much farther. From here, keep heading south through the narrow corridor. Keep going until you reach a high cliff, then follow that. It'll take you straight to the town gate.
And I can just walk in?
One of the town guards will probably be outside the gate, but I'm sure you can find a way to convince the sentry to let you pass.
Convince them? How do I do that?
If you have enough gold on you, I'm sure that will help persuade him. That's how the old guards seem to work. Corruption is everywhere.
I see.
Now I need to get back to my grain field. Good luck.
And I need to get back to the monastery. Let's join the Warrior of the Order. But before I'm gonna do that... shall I do that now? Before I'm gonna do that, let me quickly go to Sara. In case, you know, if I join the Order and enter the next chapter, I can't get my reward. You know, I'm not quite sure about that, but let's just go to her, just in case. Don't consume or sell the Wanderlust plants. If you want to make Traveler's Potion, you need about 5 plants, which will then be transformed through alchemy into 1 potion, which give you 100 experience instead of 50, which is the double amount. Don't sell the berries if you want to make mana potions or consume them. Even though they give HP, they are used to make permanent mana potions. And you know, if you want to play it smart, never waste crowns, heroes crowns, you know, those raw plants, which are about rare plants, which is about 20 of them in total of the entire game. Don't use them for HP, just don't. Either use them for mana, dexterity, or strength. Use them for something useful instead of crappiness, because you get more and more HP through leveling. But of course you can still, use them to make HP potions. I only highly disagree with that, I find it a waste. I find it in every game a waste. Try to waste learning points on HP or, rare, goddamn hiccups, rare plants. In Risen Heroes crowns, in Gothic King sorrels, but with this guy I'm gonna go for 200 strength. I do have 300 gold pieces, so I can learn how to improve my capabilities a bit, so I'm gonna go back to
Hey, you
Don's
came
camp.
back.
Yeah, and I've had a look around.
What did you find out?
Well, there are people on this island, but they seem to live by their own laws. And there are things going on around here that I don't fully understand.
That's the impression I got. This is a strange place. Well, thanks for letting me know. I think I'll stay around here. I'm not ready to deal with people. Particularly not the Inquisition right now. Before I forget, I found this potion. I kept it in case you came back. I'm guessing your need is going to be greater than mine. Now, I hope I can find somewhere better to camp than this horrible place.
I have asked someone to come down here and help you look for somewhere to stay at.
Avat, he seems like a good guy.
Really? Thanks for that. Have you noticed how this island seems to be free of storms? Everything just happens around it. It's very odd. I hope this island treats you better than the storm that brought us here.
Now the reason why the storm is not coming inland is due to the fact there is a fire titan trapped inside the mountain where we will go into, a late game. This fire titan makes sure that all titans surrounding it will stay away, especially Mara. Now, there was this great titan lord in the past named Ursgol, who sealed all the titans, and the fire titan was the last and the hardest titan for him to seal, and by sealing the final titan he was sent into the depths of the earth, and his spirit was bound for all eternity as some sort of a curse or something like that. At any rate, something like that direction. He was a very powerful Titan Lord. They used the power of religions, the faith of humankind into their gods was very strong back then, and that allowed them to trap the Titans. Now the Titans are very good looking. Even though in Risen 1, the Fire Titan looks rather good. The only downside of it is that the fight is so freaking boring. But yeah, not much I can do about that factor. But the Titans are very powerful creatures. They're, creatures of ancient beings. Who was for somewhat reason were controlling the planet, and with the help of Saurians and Ursgol, which was back then the strongest human being, in the world, back in that time. I'm not quite sure how many years from this game we talk about, in what time precisely, but I think at least about 500 to 1,000 years. He was a very powerful human being. The religion of, gods was strong back then, and he got trapped. The banishment of the gods, as the game would call it, the mage who erupted the, humanity, let me put it that way, humanity decided that they were no longer wanted to fight for gods and be treated as slaves. So there was one particular mage who banished the gods from whom he had got his power, whatever, religious nutcases. and he banished the gods. But there was a seal among Ursugor's entrapments of the Titans. The only thing that could withstand and withhold the Titans from escaping was the faith of gods, because the faith of gods was strong back then. The large, the large portion of humanity believed in gods, and that was their seal, because the faith was so strong it worked.
I got rid of the white robes that were...
But because of our banishment of the gods, because we decided, to fight for our own and not for gods, stop being slaves, for the gods, stop being, unequal to one another. Humanity decided, let's ban the gods for once and for all. Just give me a second here.
I want to be stronger.
Keep it up.
I can't afford a second one. But because of that faith, because of, through the course of time, man decided, humanity then, decided we going to live without gods, which is in our world known as atheism. We decided, we're done with this shit. It does nothing else than causing wars, bloodsheds, ideology are built upon religions, which is all a factor in wars. You can fight many wars for many different reasons, whether it's power, greed, power in any way, whether it's power of control, power of having lots of money and you can buy people off. It's all power. They just decided, let's fuck that, fuck the gods, which I totally agree with, because I'm not a believer in gods. Could we be created by something that we do not fully understand? Yes, perhaps, but more likely that we are descendants of alien life form. Now, what do I mean with descendants? When the universe was created as we know it, you cannot create something out of nothing. But God created the universe, but where did the Almighty God came from? Like I said, you can't create something out of nothing. Now, I do not say, religions are 100% a lie. I will not say that. I will never say that, due to the fact that is, I can't say that. I can never say, even when I'm dead, I can't say that gods are fake. And I can back this up with 100% accuracy. People say that their God is true, and they are 100% sure are, lying towards themselves. Because you can never be 100% sure. We will never learn what our creator was, how it all began. It is too much knowledge over millions and millions of years. And we are not the first. We are not the center of the universe. We are the center of our universe. But I'm pretty sure there are other universes as well. Just to put it out there. And Risen was pretty much the same with the banishment of the gods. People finally decided to say, okay, fuck this shit. I'm not gonna fight for gods anymore. But this released the Titans. This particular seal, which was back then so powerful that they used the power of faith, because they thought, humanity will always be loyal towards their faith, towards their gods. And then some point in history, whether it's in our world or in the future world, people will say, fuck that shit. I believe that everybody's equal, no matter what god you believe in, no matter what your skin color is, no matter what your opinions are about everything. Every human being's different. fuck the gods, let's banish the gods. So the gods were banned, and these seals were broken, you know, which released the Titans. But the Titans were ancient beings, you know, ancient beings, aliens. Let me put it that way, ancient beings, aliens, right? That were sealed by Saurians, which are the lizard people, also known as the Anunnaki. As I like to call them, instead of lizard people, you know, I call them the Anunnaki or the Saurians. But you know, they were powerful creatures, but they were under command of a human being, Ursugor. And because of that seal, because they, you know, the temple, you know, raised back to the planet of the earth, to the center of the earth, every temple was sealed and whatnot, they became undead. You know, they became living but dead at the same time. Saurians are ancient beings. Their lifespan is higher than that of us, us human beings. And they're just like aliens, you know. We can reach about, if we're lucky, 130 years old, if we're lucky. You know, aliens might be able to get 150, if not, you know, age 200, if not age 1000, you know. You never know. Nothing is immortal, everything can die. But this seal was broken, right? So everything re-arose. You know, I'm not quite sure what causes the mechanisms. Just say, okay, banishment of the gods, you know, the temple have re-risen. But you know, I do not know the entire story about that, but it was not by God nature. But the Titans were sealed by a human being. Now my job as a hero is to reseal the Titans, even though that gods do not exist anymore. You know, they still have the holy flame, but the holy flame is the fire titan. It's not a god, it is an ancient being. The pirates have this enemy called the Mara, you know, which is a titan lord of water, not a god. It's an ancient creature which was long before our time, that came to this planet, was born onto this planet, whatever you want to call it, however you look at it. It's an ancient being from outer space, basically, you know, because all life forms start in space. Meteorites contain tiny bit of molecules, tiny bit of life forms, and tiny bits of water, and if you throw a lot of them to the planet, or to any planet, you will get water. You will get, first you will get destruction, you know, you get bits of water because of the tiny bits that are inside meteorites, and you get planets, right? Which is how our planet got created. Meteor storms. We are living on a ticking time bomb. We are living on a meteorite who has, through the course of time, got its own natural environment, got its own, you know, way of life, basically. And we developed, we evolved throughout the course of time. And these titans also came from, who knows, maybe they're meteorite ancient beings. Maybe the titan, fire titan for example, was from the sun, who knows, you know. I do not know where the fire titan comes from, but they were sealed by humanity. And these seals were broken by humanity due to the fact that we banished gods, that the, you know, people in this game, I'm not quite sure what this area is called, was, you know, freed from the slavery of gods. And that made the temple re-arise, that made the Saurians, who have mated throughout the course of time, you know, they lived under the earth for centuries, mating centuries, you know, generation after generation, just for their survival. It's the same thing if what we will do, you know, if we go underground, We gotta build a civilization on the ground, under the basic structure of the planet. So underground, in tunnels, in deeper into the core of the planet, and we're gonna fuck like rabbits, right, to produce generations to come, so we can survive. Saurians did the same thing, but the only thing that was different was the fact that Ursugor's spirit was bound to the Fire Titan and was not able to rest in peace. And that's where my task comes in, because this is the most beautiful part. I never played Risen 3, but I do know that releasing Ursugor from his imprisonment will make him a Titan. It will make him a Titan of the undead. He is the Lord of the undead in Risen 3. Oh, sorry, but stop explaining. Okay. No problem, man.
Hey, this area hasn't been secured yet. Be careful.
Thanks. I'll keep my eyes open.
Can't look after yourself, eh? I don't care what you're doing here or where you're from. I only care about security. Unauthorized people will be considered a looter. If I tell Severin at the farm, or if he sees you, you'll be arrested instantly. This area is off limits.
What do you know about this area?
This camp's run by the Order for the Inquisition.
What's the camp for?
All the troops out here use it. They bring artifacts here, and guard these two ruins. One here below the farm, and another further up.
Are the ruins dangerous?
We've got creatures piling out of the ruins and spreading out everywhere.
Can you tell me a bit more about the ruins here?
I can't really. I just stand guard here. If you want to know more, talk to Severin. Or rather, don't talk to him. You're not part of the Order. You're not authorized. Unless you want to join the Order, stay away from any white robes.
I'm on my way to town.
You want to enter the town? Well, if you want that and don't want to get sent to the monastery by the Inquisition, don't go to the main gate. They'll catch you right away. There's a rear gate to the southeast. Leto's the guard there. Slip him a couple of gold
pieces. What have you been doing, Spaceballs?
He'll let you in.
Thanks.
Well, you're right. I was blabbering a bit too much. Well, no problem. You know, sometimes you get carried away by my own imagination. Come here, filthy creature.
Yeah!
What time is it? Oof. It's getting late again.